Good evening, everyone. It's 1 minute after 7, or maybe even 2 minutes after 7. We'd like to get started if you wouldn't mind taking your places. My name is Sean Ward, and I'm the chairman of the Lethbridge Sports Council. And I welcome you all, and thank you for joining us for the 5th annual Lethbridge Sports Council Achievement Awards. And in celebration of the fact that this is our 5th year, we have feature productions here at the back, and we will post the video of this entire event on our YouTube channel within next week sometime. And before we get into the meat of the meeting, I'd like to introduce and recognize our Mayor, Chris Spearman, and Councillor Blaine Higgin, and thank both of them for their ongoing support for sport in our community. I'd also like to invite the Lethbridge Sport Council board, any members that are here, to stand and be recognized so that you know who you're dealing with. Could the members of the board, I saw 2 or 3 here. Thank you. And as always, every year, the selection committee has to make hard decisions, because the caliber of athlete in our community gets better year after year after year. So you can be sure that tonight you can be sure that the athletes and the others who are honored here tonight are the best of the best. I also would like to, on behalf of the Sport Council, to thank you all for being here in this facility tonight in such great numbers. I don't think we had this kind of numbers before. We're building as we go. So thank you all for showing up to honor these best of the best. In addition, I'd like to thank the Alberta Sport Development Centre Southwest for joining us this evening in 2 capacities. One as a partner sport organization, and secondly as a sport builder sponsor. And now I would like to invite Mayor Spearman to say a few words, and while he approaches the podium, I would simply like to say to Mayor Spearman that we at the Lethbridge Sport Council and other community groups appreciate your attendance at our events and the support which you give us. Mayor Spearman.
Well, it's difficult to get to everything, but I certainly want to commend all the athletes and their families. I was watching the National last night, and Carey Price was being interviewed, and he remembered the support that he required from his family in order to become an outstanding athlete. And I'm sure that's true for each and every one of you. You've had a lot of community support and a lot of family support in order to become excellent. And the best thing you can do to say thank you is to perform at your best level when you've been supported by your family and your friends and your community. So on behalf of Lethbridge City Council and on behalf of the citizens of Lethbridge, I'd like to congratulate each and every one of you for excelling and making the most of the opportunities that have been given to you, and for representing our city, because you're also ambassadors for the city of Lethbridge when you compete at a provincial and a national level, and you raise the awareness of our city and the reputation of our city by your achievements. So thank you very much. We look forward to many successes. Our theme when we bid for the Canada Winter Games was Living the Legacy, and you are part of our legacy. Thank you for being there, and it doesn't end tonight. We know that many of you have a very bright future ahead of you. Thank you very much. I
am now pleased to step aside as your MC for the evening and to introduce a professional. I'd like to introduce your Master of Ceremonies, Vincent of Rock 106 of the world-famous Vince and Rosie show in the morning. In your calendar or in your program as well, you will notice that Jim Stacey is also supposed to be here. But Jim has encountered a last-minute problem and sends his regrets. So Vince, you're going to have to carry it all on your own. So take it away.
Thank you, Sean. Are we allowed to say what happened to Jim? Or is it secret? Should I say? Can I say?
Kidney stones.
Yeah. Yeah. To all the young ones, you don't know what that is. Go ahead and Google it, then you'll know why people are groaning. And feel free to use it as a great get-out-of-jail card, whatever it may be. Kidney stones. No one will say, you can power through that. We have a bit of a surprise for you this evening. We're getting a 2-for-1 deal because we have 2 award ceremonies actually for this evening. Besides the Lethbridge Sport Council Achievement Awards, we also have the Alberta Sport Development Centre who will be presenting 2 awards for the Southwest Alberta this evening. And Junior Male Athlete of the Year is one of the categories, and Junior Female Athlete of the Year. And so in 2008, the ASDC Southwest opened in Lethbridge as the 5th sport development center in the province. And the center strives to support athletes in their efforts by providing and coordinating sports science services to the developing athletes of Southwest Alberta. And the ASDC Southwest is a vested supporter in sport excellence in Southern Alberta, as such as realizes the importance of recognizing the outstanding accomplishments of our athletes. And to present the 2 awards, please welcome Sean Pinder, President of the Board of ASDC Southwest.
Well, it's a real pleasure to be out this evening to present these awards. And I'd like to start just by thanking everybody for being here and supporting your local athletes. It's certainly great to see such a full house out to congratulate all these great award recipients. On behalf of the ASDC and our Executive Director, Travis Grindle, I'd also like to take a moment to thank the Lethbridge Sport Council for giving us this opportunity to present our awards at this event. And I'd also like to congratulate Amy and Susan for doing such a great job setting it up and pulling off another great event this year. Now joining me up here is the ASDC Treasurer, Carol T. Barron. She'll be helping me hand out the awards. It's a lot of responsibility to fumble with those. The ASDC Junior Athletes of the Year are presented annually to male and female athletes from Southwest Alberta who excelled in their chosen sport while demonstrating the traits of fair play and sportsmanship, a respect for their competition, and a passion for their sport. And both our recipients this year exemplified these traits. Our first award winner has emerged as one of the biggest up-and-coming stars of the national judoka scene. Tea Koliaski had an amazing competitive year in 2014, amassing over 9 medals at various national and international events, as well as many more in smaller scale tournaments and meets. Tea's hard work and determination paid off at the Under-16 Junior Nationals, where she battled her way to first place in the gold medal. Now a member of Canada's junior national team, Tea has used determination, wit, and technical prowess to defeat competitors often older and more experienced than her. A top student, Tea has also begun to give back to her sport by acting as a mentor to many aspiring athletes in her club. Tea is a hard worker and she understands the commitment and sacrifice required to become the best she can be. So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to welcome our 2014 ASDC Female Junior Athlete of the Year, Tea Koliaski. Next up, we have the 2014 Junior Male Athlete of the Year. This fellow has burst onto the national track and field scene after a stellar summer of meets. A natural athlete, Matthew Napick demonstrated his skills on the track by capturing a gold medal at the Alberta Summer Games in the 300 meters 300-meter hurdles event. This is remarkable because Matthew only started competing in this particular event last spring. He went on to continue to shock and amaze his competitors by winning silver medals at the Western Canadian Championships and the Canadian Youth Championships. Blessed with amazing physical talent, size, speed, and coordination, Matthew's best attributes may actually be his work ethic and coachability. Well liked by coaches, training partners, and competitors, Matthew is the ultimate competitor, always giving his best effort day in and day out. So, I'd like to present our 2014 ASD Junior Male Athlete of the Year, Matthew Napick.
So we go to the second award ceremony tonight, the Lethbridge Sport Council Achievement Awards. And we start by saluting our award sponsors who have helped make this evening possible and joining us to celebrate our accomplishments, your accomplishments, not mine, I really don't do much, and dedication to sport. We have a record number of sponsors this year, and we ask you to join us in thanking each of them. In fact, each table we have in your program, you'll find a list of tonight's sponsors. And 3 premier award sponsors include the 10-year commitment, sponsoring the senior female athlete is the University of Lethbridge Pronghorn Athletics, the senior male athlete, Horns Hockey Alumni Association, Service Credit Union, Outstanding Sports Citizen. We have 7 Friends of Sport Award sponsors for 2014. Lethbridge Sports Hall of Fame, City of Lethbridge Recreation and Culture Department, also Feature Productions, Bob Cooney of the Independent Communications. We have Print Partners. We also have Jeff's On Target Painting and Copy Express. Sport Builder, sponsor of 2014, is Alberta Sport Development Centre Southwest, as you just heard from Sean. So 2015 is the year of sport in Canada, but tonight it's a celebration of sport here in Lethbridge. And the hardworking and passionate athletes that train day in and day out, the volunteers, the coaches, the officials, the administrators who spend countless hours making sport happen. You make it look easy, and we know that's chaos. Speaking directly to tonight's winners, you were chosen for your athletic accomplishments, of course, but also for your character on and off the field of play. And so we're here tonight to honor you. With each award, we will introduce and bring up the sponsor, then introduce and bring up the recipient. Actually, let me correct that. I'm going to say your name, and then I'm going to brag about you a lot. Then I'll say your name a second time, then you come up. You'll get a picture from our photographer, Glenn Miller. Thank you, Glenn, for being here tonight. And then after that, recipients, you are encouraged to share a few extra words. I know some of you are shy, one in particular. I know his dad, Steve, is a proud papa and come up and talk for about an hour and a half. So we begin with our first award here tonight. This year's sponsor for the 2014 Junior Male Athlete is Print Partners. Print Partners was a proud supplier of Lethbridge 2019 Canada Winter Games bid, and Ron helped with the popular Canada Games scarves and the cool sunglasses that you might have saw around town last fall. We want to thank Ron Bunton and Print Partners for all of your support. Ron, are you here? Come and join me. The recipient of the 2014 Junior Male Athlete Award is Caleb Muller. Caleb has had a very impressive year, ranked as the number 1 14-year-old male short track speed skater in our province. At the Canada West Short Track Speed Skating Championships, he finished 2nd overall, winning 3 individual silver medals and the silver relay. That was always my favorite when I competed in short track. At the 2014 Alberta Winter Games, he was the 1st overall, and Caleb just got back from the 2015 Canada Winter Games with a personal best performance, placing 11th, and is not only a standout in short track, but also impressive long track as well, ranked 2nd in our province in the 14-15 boys division. He was also selected to represent Alberta at the Canada Long Track Speed Skating Championships in Quebec City, but he declined his spot in order to compete right here at the Alberta Winter Games in our province. Caleb exudes confidence as he is prepared and motivated to train year-round. He's had a personal drive to achieve his goal. His courteous and respectful manner with all of his teammates and other competitors inspires everyone. His head coach, Tim Cooney, says, quote, "It is difficult for an advanced skater to show the level of improvement that Caleb demonstrated, but his persistent hard work, his cooperation, his listening and learning and practice, and his attention to detail in competition all lead to the top-level performances. His improvements were all-encompassing, mental, physical, tactical, and strategic, everything." And we are honored to present the Lethbridge Sport Council Achievement Award for Junior Male Athlete of the Year to Caleb Muller.
I am honored to be able to accept this award from the Lethbridge Sport Council. I would like to give a big thanks to Rick and Cindy Dempsey for nominating me for this award. I have others I would like to thank also. First of all, my coaches, particularly Tim Cooney from Lethbridge, Aaron and Brock, my Calgary coaches. I would want to thank my billet family in Calgary, Loretta and Peter, and a special thanks to St. Mary's School in Tabor for their continuous support while I'm away to train and compete. My biggest thanks has to go to my greatest supporters, my parents, John and Stacy, because without them, I would not be where I am right now in my sporting career. Thank you.
Caleb, I got your name right? Mueller? Mueller? All right. I'm just going to say this right now. I'm not going to get a lot of your names right. That's not my fault. That's your fault for having a stupid name. All right? It's your own fault. Just get that clear. For the junior female category this year, we have co-winners. Our first sponsor for the 2014 junior female athlete is Jeff McDonald from Jeff's On Target Painting. Come and join us here, Jeff. Jeff's On Target Painting specializes in custom spraying and specialty coatings, and he supported Lethbridge Sport Council in the past as a sponsor, a volunteer, and donated value-in-kind services, finishing a trophy and our trophy case. The co-recipient for the 2014 Junior Female Athlete Award is Bailey Fleming. In 2014, Bailey won a bronze medal at the Canadian Junior National Championships in the 53-kilogram weight class and set 3 provincial records. She broke the youth under-18 record and the junior under-21 record for the snatch, which has been untouched for 11 years. At the Alberta Junior Provincial Championships, she also won the Best Junior Female Weightlifter Award, has been selected to attend the 2015 Canada Junior National Championships. Her teammate, Deirdre Coburn, spoke about Bailey saying, quote, "As a teammate, I appreciate and look forward to training with Bailey as she helps create a fun environment even when the work is challenging and we're all sore and tired. Her dedication is undeniable, and I've seen her grow over the past few years into a mature, well-balanced young woman. She is a role model to all of us on how to train seriously but not lose sight of the fun that is sport. Bailey is also respectful and supportive of other teammates and competitors," end quote. Lethbridge Sport Council is delighted by Bailey's excellence in competition, as well as being a great ambassador and bringing awareness to the local club. We are honored to present the Lethbridge Sport Council Achievement Award for Junior Female Athlete of the Year to Bailey Fleming.
I'm so grateful for this award. I'd like to thank my awesome coach, Chad, for everything he's taught me. I'd also like to send out a big thanks to my teammates and my mom and mostly my papa, because they've helped me and supported me throughout my whole career. Thank you.
You might want this.
You're good. As I mentioned, that was the co-recipient. So we go on to the second one. Our second sponsor for the 2014 Junior Female Athlete is Independent Communications. Bob Cooney has become a great friend over the last year after working extremely hard on the marketing and communication for the Lethbridge 2019 Canada Winter Games bid. And since then, Bob has been an excellent resource for Sport Council for media releases and some wacky storylines. The co-recipient for the 2014 Junior Female Athlete Award is Brinley Gross. At only 9 years old, figure skater Brinley had an exceptional year in a very competitive field. She placed first at both the Skate Alberta Northwest Territories Nunavut Wild Rose competition and at sectionals, figure skating provincials. That was in the pre-juvenile ladies under 11 category, which is the highest level of competition for her age. These performances have landed her a spot on the Alberta Junior Development Team, and she's already begun to give back to her sport as an amateur coach. Again, she's only 9 years old. Olia, whose last name is very long and awkward and starts with the letter T, is a coach with the Lethbridge Figure Skating Club and says, quote, "I have coached skating for 18 years and have taught hundreds of different kinds of skaters of all different levels and capabilities. There's a certain type of skater that us coaches talk about, dream about, and that we would get the opportunity to once in our lifetime get to teach a student that is strong, flexible, mentally tough, hardworking, goal-oriented, and naturally talented. Brinley, I say with the utmost confidence, has all of these traits, and I truly believe she is going down a road of greatness," end quote. She is soft-spoken and a little bit shy, but she will be a force to reckon with in the years to come, we are confident. We are honored to present the Lethbridge Sport Council Achievement Award for Junior Female Athlete of the Year to Brinley Gross. That's your award. You want to get your award first? Congratulations, well done. There you go. All right, go on your tiptoes. Shout really loud.
I would like to thank the Lethbridge Sports Council for this award. Also, I'd like to thank my parents. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for them.
Our sponsor for the 2014 Senior Male Athlete is Horns Hockey Alumni Association. The Horns Hockey Alumni Association, a 10-year sponsor of the LSC Achievement Awards. They contribute their time and energy to the University of Lethbridge Pronghorns hockey team doing 50-50s, a golf fundraiser, and a lobster dinner to help support the team. Today we have Don Gatto and Peter Etches to present this award. The recipient for the 2014 Senior Male Athlete Award is Jim Stacy. Jim capped off his 15th year as a track and field athlete with his 10th Canadian Senior National Hammer Throw title and a gold medal, shiny and heavy, in the 2014 Commonwealth Games in Scotland. Despite unexpectedly losing his mother in April of 2014 and coming back from debilitating injuries that required surgeries on both feet and 18 months of being unable to train, Jim was able to compete and complete his most successful season since 2009. His longtime coach, Larry Steinke, spoke about Jim saying, "I have known James since 1999. He got his name wrong, called him James. "I've known him since 1999, and I've been his track and field coach since then. In this time, he's shown great resilience, tenacity, commitment, and determination towards his goal of becoming a world-class thrower. These are all desirable characteristics shared by successful athletes, and I believe he has been exemplary in representing Canada, the province of Alberta, and the University of Lethbridge over the last 15 years. We echo that last sentiment. Jim has been a great ambassador for the city of Lethbridge and Lethbridge Sport Council over the years, from walking in the Canada Day Parade to volunteering at the sports days that we've hosted. We're excited to see what becomes of Jim in the future." Once again, Jim was supposed to be here tonight as my co-host, but has anyone looked it up? Have you looked up kidney stones? Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. At the same time, we are still honored to present the Lethbridge Sport Council Achievement Award for Senior Male Athlete of the Year. Let's hear it for Jim Stacy. "Vince, you're the best," is what he probably would have said. The sponsor for the 2014 Senior Female Athlete is Pronghorns Athletics. Pronghorns Athletics is a 10-year sponsor of the LSC Achievement Awards, and our sport groups look up to the athletes that train and put on the Pronghorn jersey. The women's soccer team was a large part of the flash mob that took place during the Canada bid at Galt Gardens. The recipient of the 2014 Senior Female Athlete Award is Liz Gleadle. Liz came back from injuries that left her unable to compete for most of 2013 and broke her own Canadian record in women's javelin. She finished 2014 ranked 10th in the IAAF World Rankings. represented Canada at the Commonwealth Games, where she finished 5th, won a bronze medal at the IAAF Continental Cup, and won gold at the Birmingham Diamond League meet, where she beat the present world record holder, as well as the top 3 ranked javelin throwers in the world. Liz remains undefeated by Canadian women javelin throwers since 2012, when she also rebroke the Canadian national record. Her coach, Larry Steinke, says, quote, "Aside from being one of the top throwers in the world, she has also maintained ties with the community of Lethbridge by mentoring present pronghorn athletes, club athletes, volunteering with the Operation Red Nose program, helping with community clubs and schools in the form of a speaker, doing it locally, provincially, and nationally. Vancouver is where Liz calls home, but we are thrilled that she calls Lethbridge and the U of L her home away from home." Unfortunately, Liz is away training right now in Arizona for a few weeks and was unable to make tonight's presentation. However, she was here. She would have said, "My inspiration is Rock 106 and the Vince and Rosie show. Every time I listen to it, it makes me want to throw things at high velocity and long distances. Thanks, Vince." We are still honored to present the Lethbridge Sport Council Achievement Award for Senior Female Athlete of the Year. Let's hear it for Liz Gleedle. This year's sponsor for the 2014 amateur team is Copy Express. Now, Copy Express was a supplier and donated value-in-kind services for the 2019 Canada Winter Games bid, including postcards and posters, as well as letting LSC take over his business sprint and compile the bid package. Representing Copy Express is the owner and sport lover, Blaine Higgin. The recipient for the 2014 Amateur Team Award is Lethbridge Junior Tier 2 Barracudas Lacrosse. Really? No cheer? Wow. Yeah, lacrosse! The Lethbridge Barracudas lacrosse goal has always been to win the Jack Little Trophy, which is awarded to the provincial championships each year. This year, the team captured that trophy as the first provincial Tier 2 team to win in franchise history. The team's season record was remarkable. 20 wins in 23 games. From the start of the season, the motto was, "Be the next." This meant to be the next champion, to be the next great son, brother, student, worker, and leader. The coaching staff believed they're not only teaching the game of lacrosse, but they were helping to create great citizens by teaching discipline, respect, good sportsmanship, teamwork, and to value their community. The Lethbridge Junior Tier 2 Barracudas lacrosse team shows the characteristics that Lethbridge Sport Council looks for in an amateur team. Marina Miller, previous director of Major Lacrosse, says, quote, "I have known these boys and have taken great pride in their success, and I've watched the growth and maturity grow through the years. The way the boys care about each other, support and help one another on and off the playing field is truly wonderful. They formed a unique and strong bond they all share. I will now list the team members, and I will ruin your names. Andrew Eng, Danny Wright, Spencer Bobanek, Jordan Stewart, Connor Bennis, Nicholas Castelli, Cam Windle, Chad Deans, Dylan Mantiuk, Jace Balmer, Mark Selesky, Michael Grant, Nathan McMurray, Kyle Martins, Riley Jones, Braden Ruff, Austin Howe, Tyler Green, Jared Kapner, Carson Irvine. Oh, is that a silent W, I wonder? Dawson Waraves, David Shortreed, Ethan Redpath, and Quentin Carlson. The coaches, John Eng, Cam Pilling, Lou Bennis, and Bryce Herba. This group of men truly represents what it means and what it takes to be a successful team, and we are proud of the accomplishments and triumphs. It's an honor to present the Lethbridge Sport Council Achievement Award for Amateur Team to Lethbridge Junior Tier 2 Barracudas. And on behalf of the Barracudas, Andrew Eng will say a few words. Come on up, Andrew.
Well, hey, So I had this huge, long 5-minute speech prepared, but considering that everyone just gave a little snafu about what they were talking about, I decided to just shorten it down. So the reason why our team was so successful is because not only were we a great team, but I think that our team was the epitome of what a championship team should be. Our team was committed, we were hardworking, but we also trusted each other, worked together. One of the major things that made our team so special was that we carried ourselves in a way that not only reflected well on ourselves on the floor, but also off the floor. We were active within the community, helped the minor teams progress the game even further, to continue our sport even further, and that was one of the major things that made this team so special in my opinion. There's tons of people that we'd like to thank. One of the major ones is, of course, Gary Irvine, Judy Slesky, and Marina Herba. Without these three fine people, our season would have been an absolute disaster. They're working behind the scenes, got the buses, the food, the Gatorade, and really made our season a success. After these three, we have our sponsors, the Barracuda. The Barracudas like to thank Bert and Max and all of our individual sponsors. Lacrosse is expensive sport, so without them, we wouldn't really be able to play. We'd have to drive ourselves, no team bonding. That's just kind of pathetic. After that, we have our amazing coaching staff. They brought us brooding 20-something-year-old men, moody, hormonal, brash, and made us into a cohesive unit. So without them, I don't know, we'd be shooting at the wrong net and maybe not even make it to the games. I don't know. But we can't really forget, this was our coaching staff's first year. Lou Bennis, John Ing, Cam Pilling, and good old Bracey, past player. But our past coaches are just as important, and we can't really forget their contributions. People like Jeff Blinko, Kevin Talbot, Bill Rawlingson, they put years and years into this program, and for us to be the team that did it, it's not just our coaching staff, but everyone that worked together to make this really as successful as it was. As for the team, yeah, they're okay. Yeah. No, but seriously, they worked really, really hard. I'm proud to say that I was their teammate and I'm friends with them all. It's pretty cheesy, teammates become friends, but it's kind of important. We fought, we practiced hard, we sweat, we ran sprints, did push-ups, got tired, complained to our coaches, but overall it was a successful year, and without their hard work, we wouldn't be here right now. So if you want to really congratulate everyone, it's got to be every single one of these young men, because they just showed what it truly means to be a lacrosse player and a good member of the community. So really, I'd like to thank them, and yeah, thank you.
He did really well. I got a job for you if you want. The sponsor of the 2014 Coaching Excellence is the City of Lethbridge Recreation and Culture Department. I think Carol's going to come and keep me company here momentarily. The city has been a huge supporter, resource, and partner of Lethbridge Sport Council and their initiatives to develop, promote, and celebrate sport in Lethbridge. To represent the City of Lethbridge Recreation and Culture Department, and as a founding board member of Lethbridge Sport Council, Carol. Welcome. Let's hear it for Carol. Come on. The recipient of the 2014 Coaching Excellence Award is Todd Hubka. Todd has been a Prairie Baseball Academy coach for the last 19 years. He became the head coach of the Prairie Baseball Academy 4 years ago and continues to grow the program. And there was a winning tradition at PBA before Todd. That's not to suggest there isn't one now. But the winning tradition has taken actually another step forward with Todd, proven by 4 straight Canadian College Baseball Tournament championships. Coach Hub, as they like to call him, has helped many college players move on to schools in the States while still finding time to coach his son's major all-star team, who finished 3rd in Canada this past summer. Kevin Kavami, did I say that right? All right. Thank you. I'm out of here. Kevin Cavami, President and General Manager, Lethbridge Bulls, comments on Coach Hub are, quote, "As someone who has worked alongside Todd for many years, I can personally say that the man has meant a lot to baseball in his community on many different levels. His passion for the game, hard work, and the time that he gives selflessly to a game he cares so much about has made an impact on countless players over the years. He continues to work to grow baseball in Lethbridge with a vision to the future and the big picture while finding a way to shape the athletes he works with on a daily basis." Todd exemplifies great leadership in developing baseball in Lethbridge. His outstanding coaching performances and dedication to grow amateur baseball at a community, regional, provincial, and at a national level has not gone unnoticed. We are pleased to present the Lethbridge Sport Council Achievement Award for Coaching Excellence to Todd Hubka.
Good evening, everyone. Lethbridge Sports Council, thank you very much for hosting another wonderful event. Congratulations to all the winners here tonight. You know, I know the dedication it takes to becoming, you know, a high-level athlete, and the parents behind them too to help out their kids. I just want to talk a little quick about an individual award. I'm very honored to receive this, but I mean, I have 5 other coaches that coach with me, and to make the Prairie Baseball Academy work, I'm a very small piece to the puzzle. Ryan McDonald, Austin Cooper, Jesse Sawyer, Shane McGinnis. With my Little League team, Donnie Oss, Wade Pierce. There's a lot of other coaches involved here, you know, and I'm being awarded for just as much work as they put in. And, you know, the one thing that being an assistant coach for a lot of years, I knew I was going to have the opportunity to become the head coach of Prairie Baseball. And when I received that 4 years ago, I was going to make sure I surrounded myself with people that were smarter than me. And I think I've done a great job at that. You know, all my coaches, they're dedicated. They know the game of baseball extremely well. And, you know, that's why we have success at Prairie Baseball. That's why we win national championships. That's why we move so many kids on to NCAA schools, NAI schools. You know, and real quick, I want to brag about my son's team here a little bit too. So about 4 years ago, we started an elite junior dogs program with the Prairie Baseball Academy. And back then, Ty, he was an 8-year-old, and our goal back then was to hopefully get these kids to Williamsport to a World Series. Last year, we fell a little short as an 11-year-old. It's 11 and 12, the major division, to get to Williamsport. We fell a little short. We lost to the team that represented Canada 2-0 in the semifinal game. They had a heck of a left-handed pitcher that was very dominant, and so we fell a little short. But, you know, this year, I firmly believe, as my season's about a month away from being over, and then I'm going to dive right into, you know, to the little guys. And I'm really looking forward to going to Williamsport this year. And, you know, our kids have been, we've mentored our kids since they were 8 years old, you know, to hopefully get there. And you know what? I'm excited to see if we can achieve that goal and get to Williamsport. So just as proud as my Prairie Baseball, my college kids, as the junior college, or the little guys. So anyway, thanks again for the award tonight, and yeah, thanks.
This year's sponsor for the 2014 Volunteer in Sport is Feature Productions. Feature Productions is a leader in the live video production industry, and they are able to service events across the country. Their work on the 2019 Canada Games bid is the reason we did not win. Yeah, just kidding. I work with them regularly, so I get to tease them a little bit. Your work is outstanding, by the way. Filming Sports Day in Canada, and a bunch of other events. You can find them doing Lethbridge Hurricanes games, Lethbridge Bulls baseball, and a variety of bull riding competition in Alberta and Western Canada. You can also see the boys behind the cameras here tonight. Thank you for that. Representing Feature Productions, founding member Chris Cook, to present the Volunteer in Sport Award. Do you want to read it? Oh. The recipient of the 2014 Volunteer in Sport Award is Stephen Neese. Or is it Nice? It's Neese, isn't it? Okay. Stephen was the chair of the 2019 Canada Winter Games bid committee. Although Lethbridge was unsuccessful in winning the bid, his hard work did not go unnoticed. His dedication to the cause, the ability to empower his team members, ensuring the group stayed on task, not an easy thing to do. It all helped create a strong and impactful team. Under Stephen's direction, the committee was able to bring our community together in ways Lethbridge has never witnessed before. Thousands of residents showed up to support for the Games bid, in large part due to Stephen's contagious community spirit and drive to show Canada what Lethbridge is capable of. Stephen gave countless hours to ensure success that day, collecting pledges every weekend, driving across southern Alberta to take part in parades and open houses, and sending emails until 3 o'clock in the morning. He never slowed down. Stephen is a great asset to our community, and Stephen continues to volunteer for the Lethbridge Minor Hockey Association, along with Lethbridge Lacrosse Association and Central Alberta Hockey League. Janelle Marietta, bid tour coordinator, had this to say about Stephen. Quote, "It was an honor to work with Stephen on this project. His unlimited energy and clear direction made the work fun. Thousands of residents showed up the support for the Games bid, and I know this was due to Stephen's contagious community spirit, his drive to show Canada what Lethbridge was all about. We are honored to present the Lethbridge Sport Council Achievement Award for Volunteer in Sport to Stephen Neese."
Well, thanks, everyone. Definitely got a speech prepared. Never met a microphone I didn't like, so maybe I should go into politics, hey, Clint? Firstly, I would like to give a big thanks to the board of the Lethbridge Sport Council, with a special thanks going out to Susan, Amy, Sean, and Gary. I believe that the Sports Council plays a vital role in the development of sport and recreation in Lethbridge and southern Alberta that would otherwise go unattended. About a year and a half ago, I was blessed with the opportunity to lead the bid committee for the Canada Winter Games. While we were not successful in achieving our ultimate goal, we were successful in the hundreds of other things that we set out to accomplish along the way. For myself, the biggest reward, by far, was working with the dozens of selfless volunteers in our committee, including many of you here tonight. When Amy phoned me to let me know that I had won this award, I felt extremely humbled. To win a Volunteer in Sport award in a region such as ours that counts so many amazing volunteers among its ranks is an honor beyond words. Final thought that I would like to share has to do with awards like the ones being handed out tonight. I believe that these ceremonies play an important role in our lives, and that they help us come together as a community in order to celebrate our victories, lament our losses, and revisit all of the wonderful experiences we enjoyed along the way. Thank you.
Service Credit Union is a 10-year Premier Award sponsor, is also providing volunteers for the Sport Day in Canada event in November, for which we're we are grateful. To present the award for the Service Credit Union Outstanding Sports Citizen is Scenic Drive Branch Manager Jason Hertz. The recipient for the 2014 Service Credit Union Outstanding Sports Citizen Award is Zach Prankard. A well-rounded young man, a great athlete, a model student, and tremendous leader. He plays with integrity in every game that he plays, whether it's football, basketball, or rugby. Zach also takes on a leadership role as an 11th grade team captain of the Lethbridge Junior Coyotes football team. He's quick to return that same respect given to him by his teammates. He received MVP honors at the end of his grade 11 season. Zach has proven very resilient, never wavering from his goals, always providing a consistent, reliable, and impressive effort. He's a well-rounded, multi-sport athlete, a leader and ambassador for the Lethbridge community. The vice principal of Chinook High School, Doug Cheekley, said, quote, "I know Zach best with regard to rugby, where he has shown a natural gift for the game. Last year, I had to ask Zach to start for our senior varsity rugby team as a grade 10. On top of that, I asked him to play a position he did not play in grade 9. Never shying away from a challenge, Zach rose to the occasion and was not only a solid addition to the team, but a standout player in the league. Zach started as quarterback in grade 10 for the senior varsity football team and continued to play multiple roles for the team that year. In basketball, Zach is also a starter as a grade 11 and, in my opinion, their most consistent player. In both of these programs, Zach also takes on a leadership role and is admired and respected by his teammates," end quote. Zach is committed to his studies, humble in his achievements, and driven in his chosen sports. It is our pleasure to present the Service Credit Union Outstanding Sports Citizen, Zach Prankard.
I'd like to thank the LSC for this award. I'd also like to thank my coaches, Bill Baum, Bruce Carbert, Doug Checkley, and Kevin Wood. I'd like to thank my parents for all their effort and hard work with me in my sports. Thanks.
This year's sponsor for the 2014 Spirit in Sport Award is Lethbridge Sports Hall of Fame. Lethbridge Sports Hall of Fame was established in 1985 and for the purpose of recognizing the outstanding achievements in sport of individual athletes, builders, teams, and special award persons. The Lethbridge Sports Hall of Fame identifies and honors not only contemporary individuals, but also those who have excelled in sport at some time since the founding of our city. Lethbridge Sports Hall of Fame has been a proud sponsor of our awards for many years, and here today to present the award is Chair Rob Kossuth. The recipient of the 2014 Spirit in Sport Award is Marcus Carpati, being honored posthumously. To share the story behind tonight's award, we welcome Dylan Purcell to the microphone of the Lethbridge Herald.
Thank you. Thank you. Marcus Carpati, University of Lethbridge pronghorn soccer player, Lethbridge FC defender, beloved summer camp leader, turned coach, teacher, husband, and inspirational talisman for a championship soccer team. Marcus died November 23rd, 2014. He played 5 years at the U of L for the pronghorn men's soccer team. After he graduated, he immediately started working as an assistant coach, although if you ask his head coach, Randy Bardick, he had probably been a coach on the field for a couple of years before that. Marcus was engaged in all aspects of the pronghorn program in an effort to give back, to show his appreciation, and just to do what Marcus did. He did this as a pronghorn, he did this in the community, he did this as a teacher, he did this as a camp leader, staying late to pick up equipment, looking after things, going above and beyond. Whether it was volunteering for kids' camps, wearing the Luxie pronghorn mascot outfit to engage with youth, or running an after-school basketball program for elementary students, Marcus showed an enthusiasm and passion that was infectious to everyone around him, even reporters. His impact on teammates, players, students, colleagues, and friends was immense, and it showed as they raised more than $40,000 to help his family while he stayed in Calgary to receive treatment for cancer. The U of L recognized Marcus's contributions to the community, dedicating a small corner of the foyer at the U of L Stadium, calling it Carp's Corner. A play area is going to be built there where kids can play, have fun, play their game. Marcus's philosophy was honesty, loyalty, and hard work. This is something that was embraced by everyone who was touched by him. He was a community hero who, in the pursuit of sport, demonstrated values like dedication, perseverance, sportsmanship, respect for others, and a true love of sport. He embodies the vision of the Lethbridge Sport Council Spirit and Sport Award. It's that magic that lives within sport to inspire, to motivate, and capture the hearts and minds of the community. Not just in sport, but in every aspect of life. Marcus reminded us that the real value of sports is within that spirit. Not wins and losses, not goals, not records, but the inspiration of, in this case, one man's spirit. Shortly after Marcus died, I wrote a column in the Lethbridge Herald, and that's why they asked me to come up here, to read an abridged version of that. I used to interview Marcus quite a bit because he was a funny guy. But once you pulled the notepad out, or once the TV camera started rolling, he was a terrible quote, an absolutely awful interview. He would always say, "We got to play our game. We got away from playing our game." It is the worst quote to get, and also the most common. We have to play our game. The familiarity of that refrain builds a reporter's contempt for it. Lately, I've taken a different look at what it means. Play our game was one of Marcus's go-to phrases. Every interview, every question was inevitably followed up with, "We have to get back to playing our game," if he lost, or "We played our game," if he won. Marcus graduated, started helping Randy as an assistant coach, and as an assistant, Marcus was a proponent of playing the game the Horns way, which of course meant playing our game. He said it a lot. He said it to players. He said it to me on the sidelines. He said, "We just got to get back to playing our game." I'm reasonably sure as a teacher, he also encouraged his kids to play their game. I last saw Marcus, well, this is where it gets difficult. I last saw Marcus in late September. It was at a Pronghorn soccer game at the U of L Stadium. At that point in time, Marcus was a little skinnier than he had been when he played, a little slower. But Marcus didn't rely on athleticism to be a great athlete. He looked a little tired. The walker that he used to get around was not a welcome addition to his entourage. Like always, though, his eyes were alive, wide with energy. His smile was pulled back all the way to his ears, just like always. That force of nature that he married in the summer of 2013, Kathy, she was standing right beside him. A teary Randy Bardick was too. In front of them was gathered a big crowd of people. Teammates, friends, co-workers, and one reporter. I took a bunch of pictures. I held the camera in front of my face to hide the tears. The team was dedicating Carp's Corner at that game. It was perfect. And when Randy turned the speeches over to Marcus, Marcus took the moment. He thanked everyone. He thanked Kathy. Then Marcus played his card. He knew what the Horns had to do. They had to play their game. They had to play Horn soccer, and sure enough, he said play your game twice. He said play Horn soccer 3 times. He called on his team to get 3 points in the next day's game. Battling cancer, using a walker to get around, he said go out there and get 3 points tomorrow. That was September 27th, and you wouldn't have believed that he'd be gone less than 2 months later. Yes, he was using a walker to get around. Sure, his cheeks were white. His voice was softer and drier than it had been. But those eyes were lit up. Even through that cracking voice, you could hear his passion. You could hear the life in his call to action. When I think now of that cliched phrase, I see what he meant. Marcus played his game his way. Sickness diminished his body. It never affected his spirit. It never affected his game. I hope that as you win championships and as you move on, it doesn't matter if you're an Olympic hammer thrower, championship speed skater, a weightlifter, or just a kid playing stick hockey in the backyard. Take that spirit that you've just heard about from Marcus Carpati and apply that to every aspect of your life, and you'll do just fine playing your game. Thank you.
Kathy, come on up. Kathy is the widow of our last award recipient.
I would give anything not to be here right now. It's been 5 months since Marcus passed away, and it feels both like yesterday and at the same time 100 years ago. But I truly want to thank the Lethbridge Sport Council for this honor that you've bestowed on my husband. And I really hope that every person in this room today does take home that message that Marcus really strived to always show. To give back. It really isn't just about sport, it really is about the spirit that you show. And he would probably be the first person to say he doesn't deserve this, but that was Marcus. He was so humble. And I can only thank his parents, who are also here tonight, for making him that kind of man. I was honored that he chose me to be his wife. I was so lucky. And all we can do is continue his legacy and to every day live what he would have lived. Thank you.
The sponsor for the 2014 Sport Organization Award is the Lethbridge Sport Council. Proud to support local sport organizations by promoting their programs and events, providing education and development opportunities, and connecting them to resources. The recipient for the 2014 Sport Organization Award is Lethbridge and Area Cricket Association, represented by Samir Deshpande. The LACA is a non-profit society and has taken giant strides within a year's time. Based on the inputs and interests from local community, a few families here in Lethbridge strongly felt the need for an associated dedicated to the sport of cricket. In June of last year, it came to fruition. Initially, LACA started as a small interest group providing opportunities to play cricket for free of charge. Registration for a formal league was launched in the fall. Membership increased to 27 registered members within a span of 6 months from all walks of life and levels of sport. The club held a Sports Day in Canada Triad event supported by a participation community grant that demonstrated the enthusiasm and commitment of the club to promote cricket within our community. It takes a dedicated group of people to start a sport organization right from scratch. Their great leadership within the organization has lifted the profile of cricket in Lethbridge and area, and as such, contributed to the betterment of sport. And we are honored to present the Achievement Award for Sport Organization to the Lethbridge and Area Cricket Association.
Thank you very much. We are honored to get this award. It's, as you rightly said, just a year ago, 4 families, all from India, 3 of them are sitting here, came together and said, let's do a crazy thing, as Bob Cooney calls us, the crazy guys out there, of reliving our childhood memories of playing cricket and allowing the same opportunities for our kids right here in Lethbridge. And so our association, with that extremely selfish interest came to fruition, but we didn't realize how much pent-up energy was there among people, among immigrants of cricket-playing countries, and also, believe me, Canadians and Americans, some of them actually bored of hockey, trust me on this, who wanted to play cricket and try it out. So we realized that our selfishness was not actually self-centered to our 4 families, but actually was much more widespread. And so with that thought in mind, when the idea came to our mind, we approached Susan Iman. And it felt as if Susan was waiting for someone to utter the word cricket, because she grabbed us by a collar, and since then she has been like a ringmaster, and that's a compliment, by the way, keeping us busy by opening many, many doors to participate and to promote our play. So as the year moves on, we have many members, and we play almost twice or thrice a week now. Sorry, 2 or 3 times a week now. That's a very British word, twice or thrice. And so moving forward, we plan to raise more funds so that we can buy more equipment and train athletes. And we're also on the lookout for a nice outdoor field where we can play cricket as it should be played. So I hope the mayor and the councillor are paying attention to what we are saying. Your cooperation will allow us to play the way we want to play. Thank you.
The sponsor for the 2014 Sean Ward Sport Champion is the Lethbridge Sport Council. And this award is named after and in honor of Sean Ward, who over the many years as City of Lethbridge Alderman and before that as a citizen of Lethbridge has been an enthusiastic and respected champion of the community sports sector. In 2014, Lethbridge Sport Council was very pleased to have Sean elected as the chair, and of course you heard from him at the beginning of the night. The Lifetime Achievement Award recognizes the outstanding contribution of a sport leader who exemplifies LSC Achievement Award values as demonstrated in groundbreaking organizational leadership, innovative practices, influential communications, cutting-edge sport marketing, or positioning of the community sports sector. And the recipient of the 2014 Sean Ward Sport Champion Award is Dr. Gary Bowie. Gary's role in shaping and developing the regional sport landscape is evident across our sport and recreation community. The beginning began long ago. In 1963, he was the founding chair of the Alberta Colleagues Athletic Conference and was involved in the formation of the Canada West University Athletic Conference, the CIS West. He was served on a number of single sport and multi-sport host organizing committees from regional to provincial, interprovincial, and even the national level competitions. He was a sport chair for the 1975 Canada Winter Games and 1996 Alberta Games chair. He was a National Coach Certification Program mentor and played a role in delivering the original NCCP program. He was on the steering... You've done way too much, by the way, Gary. He was on the steering committee for the planning of the First Choice Savings Health and Wellness Center and the Community Sports Stadium. He was an original board member in the creation of the Lethbridge Minor Basketball Association, founding member of the Lethbridge Sports Hall of Fame, founding chairs of the Sports Bid Committee, Lethbridge Sport Council, and the Alberta Sport Development Centre Southwest. He is an inductee in 3 Sport Halls of Fame: the Lethbridge Sports Hall of Fame, the University of Lethbridge Sports Hall, and in 2014, Gary was inducted into the Alberta Sports Hall of Fame. This is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to speaking about the contribution that Gary Bowie has made to the sport in Lethbridge. He's been a participant, a coach, and a teacher, and continues to provide his knowledge and his passion with enthusiasm and commitment. Travis Grindle, Alberta Sport Development Centre Southwest, stated, "I have sat on committees with him and watched him inspire, enhance, and lead sport in southern Alberta. His philosophy and vision for sport is unwavering, relentless, and always reflected in his efforts. He is the epitome of a sport builder. We are honored to present the Lethbridge Sport Council Achievement Award for Sean Ward Sport Champion, Dr. Gary Bowie."
Well, sports fans, it's great to be here with you this evening. I would like to congratulate those who received awards this evening. It's great to see this going on in our community. And I appreciate the fact that we have people who are sponsoring and involved in this process. So I thank all those who are sponsoring these awards and having them go forward. I appreciate the nomination and the selection by the committee. It is humbling to think that my efforts have measured up to the standard of Sean Ward, a respected champion of community sports sector and all that he's done in our community. I've enjoyed being a volunteer in sport for the last 17 years and being a professional involved in sport for 35 years before that, and of course with that come a lot of volunteer opportunities. I have enjoyed just working with the people, the quality of people that are involved in sport, the people who come forward and volunteer to be involved. It's really heartwarming to see that happening. I'm grateful that in working with these kind of people that I've had to work just a little harder to try to keep up in the process. We have made great strides together throughout the last number of years. And seeing athletes, coaches, officials, and administrators do such a great job in putting things together the way they should be. Watching the development of a system to make sport a positive, and I must stress, a positive vehicle for people to become more positive in their lives. I had a professor at Washington State University who talked constantly about sport is only a vehicle to making people stronger and better. And that's really true. And I've seen that happening in our community. The Sport Council, if the Sport Council are able to continue to move forward, we'll see more positive human outcomes in our community. We appreciate City Council and their support, and we expect that they will continue to support the Sports Council in the days to come and the years to come. We appreciate those who administer within the city and provide us with a great deal of support and encouragement along the way. I've enjoyed working with the staff of the Sports Council. I've enjoyed working with the board members. They've been really keeners and have put up with a lot over the number of years, and I appreciate their hard work along the way. Finally, I would like to thank my, my wife for her support and patience. She has been there in times when things didn't seem to be going right and getting some of these things off the ground. She always was positive and gave me confidence with long talks that we would have. So she's provided the needed help that I've had to have over the years. And I feel that through that help, we've been able to have sport take its rightful place within this great community of Lethbridge. Thank you.
On behalf of the Lethbridge Sport Council, we do congratulate all of our 2014 Achievement Award winners, and we thank you again for all of the sponsors who made these awards possible here this year. Also, our thanks to the MMAC Center, the staff, the food that we've enjoyed, the hospitality this evening. It's truly an honor to hear the great stories of sport that you have shared here with us and to hear about the talents in our city as well. We wish you all the best in the future in your endeavors, and please share your future successes with us. Lastly, we'd like to get a group picture at the front. We're going to move it right over here in this nice big space so we can get all the award winners. We're going to gather in that spot, and we're going to take some photos. Feel free to mingle and enjoy the rest of the evening. My name is Vince from Rock 106, and I thank you for your time and patience with me.